And when we get the demise of paper currencies, I can see silver certainly returning as money a lot easier for most people than for gold, because more people have got things like silver items and so on and so forth, which they could melt down or swap or whatever. There are a huge number of silver coins around. I would think more so than gold. I don't know what the statistics are, but I'd be very surprised if there are more gold coins around than silver coins. So I can see silver playing a major role as the replacement money for fiat currency in this brave new world, which we are undoubtedly going to face, and I think we'll probably face fairly quickly. And it's also worth noting that the above ground stocks of gold are considerably larger than the above ground stocks of silver, because silver is always consumed. And the relationship, as I understand it, is that there's probably about $35 billion worth of silver above ground. Gold over 10 trillion. Now that's a relationship of about 280 times as much above ground stock of gold as there is of silver. Yet the mine supply ratio is only about 8 times. So you can see that the situation could get very, very tight in terms of silver at anything like even far higher prices. So I would expect that gold-silver ratio, certainly in the sort of scenario that I've just described, the collapse of fiat currency, to return to Sir Isaac Newton's 15.5, and I think I could even justify it going below that. I mean, the point about Isaac Newton's 15.5 ratio of silver ounces to gold was that actually overpriced gold, particularly following various gold discoveries in Guinea, which was where we got the term the guinea. And then in the 19th century, we had gold discoveries, obviously in California, then Australia, and then South Africa. I mean, the quantity of gold just absolutely rocketed. So as a monetary metal, we have pretty good evidence to suggest that silver should be more expensive, if you like, on a gold-silver ratio than that Isaac Newton's 15.5 to 1. So that, to my mind, is the background. And I think that given that the likelihood of the ending of fiat currency is happening quite quickly, really what we need to do, I think, is ensure that we've got silver in our hands as well as gold. And at current prices, it makes more sense to load up on silver, in my view, than gold. But the one thing we know is that the Fed will not permit the total amount of money in the economy to contract. So every move towards bank credit contraction will be more than made up by the expansion of base money, M1, if you like, narrow money. Now, this was actually what the FOMC said back on the 23rd of March when they panicked. I mean, everybody was beginning to go into lockdown. On the 16th of March, they cut the Fed funds rate from 1% to 0. And then on the 23rd, which was a Monday, panic statement comes out. We will do whatever it takes. We will print whatever it takes to sort out this problem. And of course, they were talking about COVID. They weren't talking about the other problems. They're still there. We have a 1929 situation without COVID. This, my friend, is an extremely serious situation. And how is it going to be resolved? It will be resolved only one way, and that is through money printing. So that is the background, if you like, to gold and silver. I mean, basically, people don't understand what's going on, Chris. They really don't. And that is why silver is only priced where it is.
Yep. And, well, I appreciate that you're one of the people that is explaining what's going on. And what are the inflows, and to whatever degree you can comment, at Gold Money? I know you have silver there as well. What are you seeing? People, are they a ballpark? I'm assuming it's not 1-to-1, but it's certainly probably not 75-to-1. In terms of the cash inflows, what are you seeing there?
Well, actually, you're asking the wrong person. I just sit and scribble. You know, I don't really get involved with that side of it. I mean, I would guess that, I don't know, what can I guess? I mean, It is a problem, I think, working that one out, because, as I said earlier, the relationship of above ground stock of gold is absolutely enormous, like 280 times the amount of above ground silver. So on that basis, I think we've got something like $3 billion worth of gold and silver and platinum group metals, but it's basically gold and silver. I would have thought in terms of weight, yes, probably. It is a problem, I think, working that one out, because, as I said earlier, the relationship of above ground stock of gold is absolutely enormous, like 280 times the amount of above ground silver. So on that basis, I think we've got something like $3 billion worth of gold and silver and platinum group metals, but it's basically gold and silver. I would have thought in terms of weight, yes, probably more silver than gold. I could certainly see that. But in terms of monetary value, I should think it's probably more gold than silver. And that would, I think, if you like, sort of fall in line with the fact that every time we talk about sound money, we only talk in terms of gold. Gold, silver is rather like the junior version. And we talk about gold, and we just assume that everybody knows that it sort of incorporates silver as well. So I think as this situation progresses, I would see demand switching towards silver. But the important thing is the amount of silver available for what they call investment, but I'm telling you it's money, is actually very, very strictly limited.
You're preaching to the choir today. I agree with you, and we'll see when the rest of the world starts to figure it out. Although, Alasdair, I sure appreciate you being here for Silverfest, the first time we're doing this. Hopefully many more to come. Hopefully we'll be able to continue enjoying your articles and research for years. I know you've opened a lot of eyes. I've been grateful to follow and learn from you over the years. So it looks like we'll try and find Andrew in here and bring him on and at some point today. Although we're going to wrap up because we have Ronan Manley coming on to talk about the COMEX. But again, you can find Alasdair at goldmoney.com. Get his great articles. Alasdair, thank you for joining me. And if you're going to be at any of the, we do have some video booths. So if you feel like taking questions at any point, just let people know, or you can let me know, and I'll be happy to make an announcement. And I thank you again for being here, sir.
That's very, very kind. Thank you very much, Chris.
All right.